Good morning, everybody. Good day, everyone. This is Yin Yang in California with Morsels of a Thought number 1321. Today is Words and Wisdom Wednesday, and we are in the final part of our book today. We have read all the chapters except chapter number 16, which is by Valeriia Hearn. Valeriia Hearn is a woman right here in her photo. You have to focus in. Okay, kitty cat, kitty cat. Oh, 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 don't step on the keyboard. Don't step on the keyboard. Little baby girl, Fira, 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 Fatima, Zia, Ying. Okay, so we'll talk about her first. The way to reach this author is https:// YU numeral 2 shine, all one word, .com / Valeriia with two I's hyphen NECHYPORENKO hyphen connect hyphen me hyphen coach. All right, you two shine / Valeriia Netiporenko connect me coach. Anyway, Valeriia Hearn. A sacred illness is one that educates us and alters us from the inside out, provides experiences and therefore knowledge that we could not possibly achieve in any other way, and aligns us with a path that is ultimately of benefit to ourselves and those around us. By Deena Metzger, Deena Metzger. Valeriia, Valeriia Hearn is a Connect Me coach, quantum touch practitioner, theta healing instructor, and Free Me EFT instructor. She hopes her story, I think I met her at the Secret Knot Women, actually. She hopes her story will encourage those who might doubt their inner guidance to continue moving forward with faith. She knows that the resistance of the world may be too great for you to remain strong and confident. You must remember that Creator is much bigger, higher, and stronger than you, and even stronger than all the voices around you. He will certainly give you enough strength to endure when you are ready to accept His help and turn inward to discover yourself and connect to your inner truth. She brings to your awareness that you are never alone in this journey, even though sometimes it might feel and look that way. The choice is always yours, whether to accept the support and help of the higher power or remain a victim of circumstances, endlessly betraying yourself for the sake of the majority. Valeria's intention for this chapter is to show you how amazing your life will be and already is when you choose to connect to your intuition. Overcome internal and external limitations, shed excessive husks, and discover the renewed light of your soul, which can illuminate the path for many people around you. May you discover the courage to connect to love always. Connect with Valeriia at https:// YU numeral 2 shine, all one word, .com / Valeriia, Valeriia hyphen Netiporenko, Nechyporenko hyphen connect hyphen me, hyphen coach / There we are. Now, across the other side of intuition is her story. Chapter 16. When I was a little girl, I was certain that my life's purpose was to run away and join the circus to be a tightrope walker. That plan didn't work out. I've come back to that image of me as a tightrope walker once more. Don't worry, I promise you that I'm not planning to run away and join the circus. It's just that Lyme disease has left me feeling like a tightrope walker who is just beginning to learn how to master the art of balance. There I am, flailing my arms left and right in a desperate attempt not to go down, which only causes me to lose my footing. Sometimes you need to be quiet and to listen to the child that is still inside of you. I know that little girl in me, the tightrope walker, would have quite a few things to say to the grown up version of the tightrope walker. Don't look down or you'll fall. Don't even think about falling. Just think about what you do want to do and do it. I know you will get across to the other side. So, for the little girl in me who always wanted to join the circus, I'm going to stop thinking about falling and start focusing on getting across to the other side of the tightrope. If I do fall down, I've got an amazing safety net waiting with open arms to catch me. Creator of all that is. From my notes during my period of recovery. What is intuition? To be fully in to it, be fully connected to the very center of our creation, to that spark inside our hearts, to be fully into life in all of its forms, and always to choose and accept yourself as the main character of this existence. We are all born intuitive people. As we are all unique, so is our intuition. For some of us, it's a gut feeling when we can physically feel a response from our body. Sometimes it can be just knowing or even visual images that we can experience consciously or in our dreams. Honey, honey, little girl, 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 girl. Okay, this is the keyboard. This is the book. This is my cat. Okay. Sorry, Valeriia. Okay. When we pay attention, we can notice how Creator communicates with us through our hearts, and then we spend eternity learning how to always choose this voice over many others. A major challenge that we all experience as a society today is our addiction to reason with everything, to have a conscious explanation for each decision we make. We choose to trust the outer world way more often than our inner world. Then we experience moments of frustration, depression, and feel completely disconnected and lost because in a core of it, we betray ourselves and God's light inside us. Ironically, it's impossible to reason with intuitive guidance simply because you haven't walked this path yet. It's a process of learning and trusting fully until you reach your destination and receive validation. Some of us will spend our whole life mastering. Okay, butt shot. Okay, okay, go down, go down, go down. Thank you. Mastering that skill, but it's in our power to make this process enjoyable despite all the obstacles we might face. Early on, I had to learn that being intuitive and trusting your intuition doesn't guarantee an easy life, free of challenge. In fact, it turned out to be completely opposite, especially when your inner voice sounds very different than the voice of society. How often do we allow ourselves to connect to our hearts and truly feel and hear divine guidance? We rely on other people's opinions, parents, teachers, experts, doctors, etc. Don't get me wrong, it's wonderful to have all the knowledge and support we can receive in life, but what if your heart is telling you something completely opposite to what the majority thinks? Will you be able to remain strong and follow this little voice inside without even knowing where it's taking you? A couple of years ago, I had to answer all these questions myself as I was learning how to trust my intuition in my biggest desire to be alive and to have a quality, healthy life, while everyone around me thought that was impossible for me. Almost 10 years ago, I first landed in Dulles International Airport to begin my new life in America. It was an extremely hot August day. I remember being surprised by the dense, moist air that quickly filled my lungs when I first stepped outside the airport. I was filled with a sense of wonder inside my heart, just as the energy of the city was filled with a sense of rush and bustle. Believe it or not, even the road signs amazed me that day. Every single inch of the new land felt like home to me. What a joy it is to live and to be alive. I knew that my life was about to take a completely new turn. I was ready. I didn't know what I was really getting ready for at that time. When we are young, we often do not think about the real value of our health, even about the value of this wonderful moment we all call life. A couple of months after my relocation, I found myself unable to perform my usual activities. Every movement caused me a lot of pain. I began to have different allergic reactions here and there and developed strong food intolerance. My energy level was so low that I had to have a break each time I took a shower. Indeed, my body was alerting me that something was wrong, but I had no idea how I could support it. This was the beginning of my journey of learning what it means to truly trust my inner voice, even despite all the social standards and facts. Doctor after doctor, I was hearing exact same thing. You are fine. Everything looks normal. Just make sure to drink more water. You are young and healthy. You just seek attention. Stop making this up. You should see a psychiatrist. There is nothing we can do for you here. I felt devastated, scared, and betrayed by my own body, doctors, and even some family members. I started to question myself. Perhaps it's really all in my head? Every time my inner voice would whisper back to me, "No, keep trying, don't give up. You will find the answer." I knew I only had two choices: to give up and trust others, or stay connected and allow for my inner voice to guide me to the right place. Believe me, it was not an easy decision to make, especially when you deal with the medical community. I had to learn how to become my own advocate, how to do my own research, and which questions to ask so my voice would be heard by others. It was one of the darkest and loneliest times in my life. The only thing that helped me to remain focused and consistent was my inner voice. Later, I understood that it was the voice of the Creator coming through me. He believed in me even when I was losing my hope, always lifting me up and reminding me that our life is a wonder itself, and that I can have joy and happiness inside, even through the pain and scared self. I was learning that suffering is optional and that love and that light is permanent. I remember giving myself a promise. For as long as I am given just one more day to live, I will choose myself and I will remain connected to that little voice inside me. I know something is going on and I will find the answer. Days and months went by, and finally, after a year of numerous ER visits, hundreds of doctor appointments, surgeries, and blood work, I was fortunate enough to meet a doctor who guided me to the right tests and information. It felt like my struggle was over. I'm about to receive a proper diagnosis and I will be healed. I remember looking at my positive blood results, celebrating it because I had proof that my inner voice was right. It was not all in my head. You have chronic Lyme disease, multiple co-infections, and heavy metals and mold intoxication. All of that sounded so foreign to me, and I didn't understand much during my first appointment. Your journey will be long. There is no proven treatment for your condition at this moment, and it's impossible to get rid of the infection completely. We can only help you manage some of your symptoms and get your inflammation under control. It was such a mixture of feelings inside me. On one hand, I was so happy to hear my diagnosis and to finally know what's going on with my body. And on the other hand, it sounded like no one understood how to help me to get better. I felt like a climber. While you are climbing up the mountain, you are so focused and intentional, you ignore pain and discomfort and do not allow yourself to feel tired or pity yourself. Then, when you reach the peak, you suddenly realize how heavy your legs are, that you are exhausted and hungry. Even more, it's a rainy day, so you cannot even enjoy the view for which you were hoping. I knew there is no guarantee in life. We never know for how long we've come here and if we are going to enjoy all the phases of our life in this mortal body. After receiving my diagnosis, I wanted to research as much as I could about the condition and all the treatment options. At that time, it was not much information and research available for patients who had the infection long term. I was heartbroken to find out that a lot of patients die from this condition simply because the treatment itself is so rough on the system, or they didn't receive help on time and the infection had spread too much. I remember lying in bed having my conversation with God. That night, I kept asking him, "Is it my time to go?" Honestly, I felt like a burden. For society, I didn't look sick enough. I was often judged as an antisocial and even lazy person, and if you are currently dealing with Lyme disease, you know what I am talking about. It was impossible for me to plan anything because I simply had no idea if my body would be strong enough that day to perform even minimal activity. My norm was too far away from the life I was dreaming about. I was lost and disconnected from my heart. Fear overcame me, and all I wanted was to be finally pain free. It felt too long. For so many years, I had pain every single day without any breaks. My body became my own prison. Perhaps my intuition is wrong this time and I am not being able to recover fully. I no longer believed that it was possible for me to get better. I had a lot of medical debts. All the treatment I received so far only made me feel worse, and I knew I was not moving towards my healing. In fact, I felt like I was quickly going down the hill. I felt I've lost myself. Again, that little voice came through my heart to remind me that all the other voices of my fears, doctors, and even the voice of my illness is not the highest truth. It's not who I am. I got a beautiful reminder that I should surrender to love fully, allow my body to receive the healing light of unconditional love, and keep searching because there is a better option available for me. Don't allow others to dictate to you what your body can and cannot do. Your purpose here is to master connection with Creator, to understand His true power. Yes, healing is possible, and for me too. I am not my illness, and I should focus on my journey, not the destination. I don't know when and how I will restore my wholeness, but for as long as I trust and move forward, I am on the right path. I was reminded of how loved I am, that my angels and Creator support and surround me fully. Even when my legs cannot move, I have the luxury of seeing and being able to celebrate sunshine by looking at it through the window in my bedroom. Gratitude is a choice, and I chose to connect to that frequency instead. I knew I must learn how to love myself fully, even through that disease, even through all the pain and obscurity of my condition. I decided to learn more about holistic approach to wholeness. I realized that it's important to restore it rather than to treat my symptoms. I got into meditation. I learned how to work with the subconscious mind and committed to listen to my intuition and connect to my heart daily, visualizing the life visualizing the light and love of the Creator restoring my physical body. It was so powerful that even my pain would dissolve in it fully for the duration of my meditative practice. I learned how to live fully as I am already healthy. Shortly after, I found a holistic clinic that specializes solely in Lyme disease. With the help of my family, friends, and even strangers, we raised much needed funds for me to be able to receive healing and learn about Dr. Klinghart's philosophy. For the first time since I got sick, I was able to have support and validation from doctors. I learned that it's very important to work on all 5 levels of our existence to heal fully: physical, energy, mental, intuitive, and spiritual. That the most important work is done between you and Creator, because there is always a limit to what we as human beings can do. So I continued to master my connection with Creator. My first results were almost instantaneous. When I got home, I didn't have any physical pain for a few days for the first time in many years. I knew I was guided there because I was ready. I gained all the wisdom and collected every lesson that disease had taught me. Of course, it took me a few more years to reach complete recovery. I had to change my mindset, lifestyle, work on a lot of my limiting beliefs, as well as continue to support my physical body with supplements proper nutrition, and body work. My body and soul were restoring every day. I learned a lot about different healing modalities, first as a client and later as a practitioner and instructor. My inner voice guided me to the right people, books, and classes. By that time, I learned how to trust fully without second guessing it. I was slowly returning to my true self. I learned the true power of unconditional love, capital U, capital L, and that when we are fully connected to the Creator, everything is possible. I was able to witness my own miraculous healing. Today, I have the privilege to connect my clients to infinite possibilities in the process of their personal healing and transformation as a Connect Me coach at You Too Shine, trademarked. And I am so grateful for that. That's Valeriia Hearn. Isn't that interesting? Anyhow, and we finished reading most of this book, Wickedly Smart Women. I think the only part I haven't read was the back cover. I think the back cover, Action Takers Publishing. What the world needs now is more. More love, more creativity, more courage, more inspiration, more beauty, and many, many more wickedly smart women trusting intuition, taking action, and transforming worlds. Between the covers of this book, you'll find some of the best and the brightest women from all over the planet who are stepping into their sovereignty, taking their place on the stage and in the spotlight, sharing their stories of hope and possibility, and most definitely delivering their contribution of more. Find your inspiration to step in, share, and shine, and deliver your own more in these pages too. The featured authors have been Angel B. Hartwell. Oh, good morning, Liz Rose Cantara. Linda Sunshine West, who is the founder of Action Takers Publishing, Karen Rudolph, Stacy Shiflett, Atul Ajloni, Nicole Mendez, Debbie Peterson, Sally Green, Deborah Stangl, Sharon Wallen, Dr. B. Thomas, Stacy McGovern, Jackie Ryan, Kathy Sohn, Valeriia Hearn, Lindley Baker, and Victoria Rader. So we've read these authors, and we've got a little smattering of each one of them. I have written to Angel B. Hartwell, and she plans to send me her next book, and we shall be reading from that on Words and Wisdom Wednesdays starting next week, I believe. And I am also going to write to Linda Sunshine West for my chance to possibly write in the next book as well, a chapter. So we shall see you later. Thank you for coming, and good morning to John Clark and Sam Ephera. Good night, good evening, that would be, good day over there, and good day, Lena. Okay, and of course, John Jones as well. He always says hi to me where he goes in America and some places else in Europe. Thank you. Thank you, Liz Roscantara. I'm looking forward to it too. It seems like it would be a wonderful opportunity if I can do it. Okie dokie. Artie chokey. Okay. Old Kinderheck. Bye-bye.